Hey everyone, Lumen here with an Agricola game. We've been waiting a little while, having some fun in the chat. Uh, please join in at twitch.tv/Lumines to hang out live with us. This is an EIK GWM France G4 G5 game with Teacher, PJ17, and Kimball. This is a very strong pack. I've already made my selection. It's not even Patron. It's not Champion Breeder, which has had a good run with me before. It's not going to be Fencing Master. It's going to be Morning Trader. Teacher is stronger than you and not by a small margin. Very true. Like, that can still be very true, and yet 65% is wrong. Like, nobody wins 65% in like the highest level play. Blacksmith could definitely be very good with Morning Trader, yes. Stealing Clay Oven and getting Stone Oven discounts. It's very much like any other, like a baking tray automatically. Uh, what's coming back? I mean, Blacksmith might be coming back. I'd be really surprised if Patron or Fencing Master did. Um, Here I have to pick Hill Cultivator. I mean, Dove Hunter's almost certainly coming back. I disagree, Turambar. I think win rate does get affected by opponents. I mean, this is pretty clearly Hill Cultivator, right? Stockman with Champion Breeder. I mean, Stockman doesn't give you the pairs, right? Oh, good typo, Turambar. Oh, this is Fisherman's Apprentice. Auk Enabler. And Self-Employee here. I don't feel super sharp mentally right now, so forgive me if I miss anything. Market Crier is a no. It combos, but I want to have the advantage on all these crop things. Market Crier. No, no, I don't want to give my opponents anything. Because I don't need Magician, I think I'll take Eris. I am going to have an influx of clay. Manual labor could be a fun seventh pick to get a bunch of clay, but Convict is also good, but in a Morning Trader game, I'll be behind on family anyway. This pack is some jank. Kimball says, I'm going to try to think about what must be your first pick. Yeah, because he might have seen Fencing Master or just Patron or something like that. Jean Valjean, yes. Or I can play Morning Trader, Crier, and then not cry. The bluff, the Market Crier bluff. I mean, I think once I play Hill Cultivator, it'll be pretty clear that I don't need that. This is very interesting thematically that Animal Tamer and The Apprentice come in. I think this is clearly The Apprentice because of blocking Champion Breeder and going to go with Educator. That's kind of crazy. You'd embrace the madness and go with Crier MIDI? No, I don't do that. That's definitely mad. Water Carrier with Blacksmith in the game could be something, but I think Animal Tamer's Apprentice is just better. Blacksmith, Basket Maker, Dove Hunter. I think this is pretty clearly Blacksmith. I want to have control of how it's going to affect the game. I'm not sure I want to play it. It's likely that I will, just because Hill Cultivator is going to give me a bunch of clay and just drop Blacksmith for an immediate clay oven. That's pretty silly. Dove Hunter is also good with Animal Tamer's Apprentice in general. If you can time your empty rooms like Tavern Keeper, then Dove Hunter with Animal Tamer's Apprentice is quite nice. Or I guess one round earlier. Yeah, it can be. I don't tend to have problems with it most of the time. Uh, oh no, Kimball's. I This is the wrong order. Something happened. Kimball's right after me. Oh my gosh, this is way out of order. PJ is passing to me. Oh, okay. Let's see. Self-employees, not super useful. Football player could be okay. Four-man on grain seems unnecessary. I guess I just take football player. I'm really not a fan of expert builder. It's pretty weak. I'm not even sure I'm going to be building wood rooms with all the clay I'm getting. Oh, you promised to E3 to not mess with windows every game. That would be really nice, but it seems like a lot of work. Very interesting that Magician got passed all the way around. Why would no one not want, why would no one want Magician? Good Friend is also okay. This was a pretty good pack, if I remember correctly. Manual Laborer is also quite doable with Hill Cultivate. Wait, no. No, scratch that. Nope. Sorry, Manual Labor. Not today. So I guess I take Good Friend by default and don't intend on playing it unless a lot of fun costing miners show up. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Special effects like one of your rooms explodes on downsizing. Okay, so typically Loom or Beanfield or Popcorn would be the pick here. But we're not picking Handmill or Gypsy's Crock. I I definitely want to wheel Bakehouse. Bakehouse with Blacksmith and a grain game can be quite strong. Baking Tray is also good, but I think I can't justify taking it here. Good Friend with Reed Nursery and Handmill has an option. In a Blacksmith game, the stone should trigger. Bookmark is very good. I think this has to be Beanfield because I haven't seen a plow yet. I'm gonna have veg, and having a place to sow veg easily is just really nice. Oh, Marishka, you see, consider seeing score before scoring is weak form of cheating. That's possible. It takes me about like 15 seconds to count up anyone's entire farm, so and I'm pretty consistent with it, so I feel like for me it's just saving me time, but I guess it is a weak form of cheating in that I'm guaranteed accurate that way. I'm really sad to pass Popcorn here, but taking Beanfield and wheeling Bakehouse just feels really nice. Grotto. Festival Hall. Hall is fun, but I still have this issue where I don't have early plows unless I do it myself. Oh, you feel the power extension is more useful? I don't. I think over reliance on the power extension actually harms people's games. Herb Garden is also fine. Millstone is definitely usable here. I want a way to get a ton of bake actions. Grotto's generally weak, but I'm going to have a lot of food. I hope I'll have a lot of food. Did someone take Market Crier, or was that... Maybe someone took Market Crier. I'll take Grotto, I guess. Oh, perfect. Threshing Board is something I actually really want here. Get 2 grain in the ground really fast. Clay Path is good. It's just that the other cards here are not good enough to justify not taking something that can really make my game amazing. Because if I can morning trade and get 2 grain in the ground in stage 1, then blacksmith the oven in round 5, and just plow and bake throughout the game, play Grotto, this should be a really strong game. I can even play Eris for a clay room, a surprise clay room maybe, depending on how the game goes, or play Woodsaw. I'd rather try to wheel Woodsaw and have Threshing Board in hand. It sucks to pass Shipyard and Clay Path, which are both good. It's kind of against what I usually like to do, but... Okay. This is a fine pack to see fourth. What? Yeah, so with the power extension, I agree. It's knowledge you can find if you want to. I need to figure out which one of these I'm taking. Um, when I was starting to play on this site, I was asking people, like, is it cheating to look at power lists while you draft? And they were like, no, it's fine. So, oh, for viewers, yeah, power could be nice to see. I'm tempted to just take Grain Market here. I want other people to spend this stuff. Bakery is more playable with Blacksmith being played, but also gives me an excuse to play Good Friend. Okay, so now I take Bakehouse, right? I don't go off course with Bookmark. No. Handmill's not useful. Can't believe I'm passing Bookmark down to the people who have Patron or Fencing Master. But yeah, Bakehouse is just going to be fantastic. This is Millstone, probably, or Shears Blockpick, but Millstone makes more sense. And Woodsaw, great. Woodsaw is really great tactically for the situations where, well, I mean, generally in a strategy like this where I'm building rooms really late or potentially not at all, Woodsaw as a surprise growth steal definitely could do a lot. All right, play-by-play tells me I'm in seat 3, so pretty good chance at playing Morning Trader, I would hope. If not, I get my Reed Stone. The stone for the clay oven, and cry a lot. Not Market Crier, but just me crying. Plow is probably a great second move for me. It's probably ideal. Lots of strong Ox for sure. So, I mean, there definitely is a chance that it goes Ock here. But if teacher opens with fencing master, that tells me Kimball has patron. Well, if teacher's going to open with mushroom collector, then my chances at getting Ock are not good here, because that means PJ has patron or fencing master, most likely. But PJ takes Reedstone, which is fantastic to see. I will play my Morning Trader. And that should answer Kimball's question. Okay, indeed. Yeah, and he didn't even see Hill Cultivator or stuff like Grotto and Threshing Board. Get my plow here. I mean, at this rate, I might be blacksmithing in round 3 or 4. I don't have a specific farm layout I need to hit. Kimball start player's popcorn. Yeah, might take 2 Reed here or Reedstone or Patron. Yeah, sure. All of that seems good. I'm going to go double last this round, which I actually like. I think it's a tactical advantage to be able to do that. Teacher immediately grabs 2 Reed. This start, I think he's just grabbing more wood. Kimball indeed had patron. I think I might just have to let him Ock here so I can get my grain. Do I get an extra grain now and a worse action? Or do I immediately play Hill Cultivator? Because these are the ox that I need. My default is to just take the grain. I should be able to bake it pretty easily, but the ox are like really important here. Like there's a lot of good ox that could be played early, so I want to make sure I get it in at the same time. I think it's not worth risking. Three possible ideas from Marushka. Something like last played card, always visible and updating. Some point icon above player's farm. Click and see points, maybe. Nightbot command, maybe. Player stats, also possible. So let's catch up here. Teacher takes the correct 3 wood. I guess the only 3 wood once Kimball takes it. And I'll just plow with this action and start trading grain next round, and possibly just take a food action. No, I wanted to sow, right? Kimball gets grainstone food. Oof. Hill Bandit for teacher. That could be very good. PJ getting wood here. I obviously trade. Though Kimball might be trying to swipe the oven here. I would not be surprised if Kimball tries to swipe the oven. I could just, oh, Fisherman's Apprentice, right. Teacher getting a very nice loop on the wood spot there. That's definitely what I recommend going for with Mushroom Collector, is not letting this go to 4. Whoa, PJ starts with baking tray. That's not really what I wanted to see. I could take 4 clay. Then I'm probably just traveling. I don't really want to let Patron get a bunch of oxen, regardless of extra food. That is our oven, yes, I agree. So I'm looking to second action Blacksmith next round. Second first action. I know PJ's a fan of the clay oven. I just hope that it's not overwhelmingly so. Fish is good, but I mean, with Fisherman's Apprentice, I'm scared of what I've passed Kimball, you know? This probably is a room for Teacher here. Yeah, but I think Kimball's benefit is like so much better than mine that it should be prevented if possible. Teacher obviously a fan of early growth if it comes. Sowing is also really strong here. There it is. There's Fencing Master. So Teacher took Champion Breeder. With a Hill Bandit in hand. Okay, so I'm less incentivized to take. Okay, I want to sow, and I also want the 3 wood 2 reed stuff. The 2 reed is definitely more important here. Yeah, and Kimball takes the wood. Teacher also taking the wood. How much longer should I float Clay Oven? Probably not at all, even though that opens the world of stone stuff. Yeah, it could be something like guest room. The miners I saw weren't very strong though, except for that grain pack. So there's argument for 5 food fishing. There's an argument for so, and there's an argument for blacksmith. But I think in the end, if I sow here, I'm going to end up quite happy with my life. So I'll even throw a grain away to play blacksmith, but that's going to be. Oh no, I don't have. I'll throw away the one I get here. High food game with sheep round 4. Round 5 is stone. I'm not really sure which way I wanted the growth queue to go. I think I'm just so far away from it in a thinking manner that, or in what I'm thinking about it, that it doesn't quite matter. I think I don't want to play blacksmith until I get more stone. Yeah, well, I was thinking I might get RSF and then just build Clay Oven, but Kimball takes it immediately. In part because that's a grain. So I probably do need to play blacksmith. Yeah. Yeah, Bookmark being 7th pick was kind of silly. PJ playing Market Crier? Sure. I mean, I don't have to say again how much I dislike that card. It also means I can't. Let's take wood. Banning Crier? No, it's just something you have to deal with. I mean, I was well aware that it was in the game. Speaking of well, throw some wells in chat. Oh, and if I trigger fishing, it's probably going to be water carrier for Kimball. That's really funny. What do I do here? Take the clay? I have to blacksmith Clay Oven. Do I just let Kimball have water carrier? Or do I pay a grain for blacksmith? This also will feed my grotto better, which I also want to get online. Nope. Thatcher. Okay. Reed Saver. That was the first pick with popcorn in hand. That's easy living. Growth flips, sadly. Do I really need clay oven? No, but also yes because of bakehouse. It would really make my game a lot easier. Like, and millstone, I think I just have too many good. The well's already built, so that takes away one reason for. Yeah, I should just be food crazy here, I think. And there's enough clay in the game, especially now with Clay Pit, to afford clay rooms. And I think I just chill. Grow with Grotto and Eris, probably. PJ plays start player Steamer. I don't think that fits the game plan very well for him. I think 4 wood is too critical here compared to green clay. Because this forces Kimball to build, hopefully. Morning Trader is actually quite tricky in like how you want to make sure to not lose too much efficiency of delaying your actions. Teacher mushrooms off the 3 wood space, but probably seeing there aren't enough actions to go around, might as well prevent 6 wood from happening. PJ crying. Time to blacksmith clay oven. I can't go for the start build because Kimball got room parts. Very savvy. I think I don't care. Hill Bandit finally triggering here a couple times. Though if I don't build here, Kimball grows next round. And I mean, look at this: 8 clay, 7 clay, 3 reed, 3 stone. Those are all amazing. I don't think I can let Kimball build again, grow again. I really didn't want to spend 5 wood this way. It looks like PJ didn't pay blacksmith. Whoa, riding plow for Kimball. That's nice. I'm not even sure he could have. Teacher taking 3 read, it looks like. That's a really nice move. It's a really nice move. If and when I take Bakehouse, I'll want to make sure that I can afford to buy Clay Oven back. But I shouldn't have any problems gathering grain from here on out. I'll take 3 stone here if I can. If not, 4 wood is probably better for me than either of the massive clay piles. PJ takes the 4 wood. Yeah, that's... Yeah, the right amount of clay to take is fine, I'll take it, as discussed by Shadow and myself. Teacher seemingly agreeing, though Reno and a clay room seems quite nice for either of them. My grotto might be pretty late here. Should probably just start immediately with grotto. Bookmark here at the start of round 8 for teacher. Stockman, that's fun. With Master Stableman, that's really fun. With other stuff, maybe not so much. So this is the 5 sheep, probably? Though I guess no one else has a cookery. I should take veg 3 clay. Yeah, teacher shouldn't get fireplace in all the sheep, but played the timing right. Have to give him props for like getting the first room, then figuring out this farming stuff. It's the right order of things. I don't think I need threshing board anymore. Gosh, Eris is coming in 2 rounds if I want to try to hit it then. It's not looking very likely. If someone plays a clay cost thing, then teacher can jump ahead in the growth queue. So it's probably just not a good risk. Teacher immediately eating the cow? Or just saying he gets a cow. Probably just saying he gets a cow. PJ taking the 4 wood. All right. Good night, Turumbar. It's going to be a tough bakehouse to defend. Yeah, I can get my veg later when it doesn't matter as much. Kimball looking like he might get 3 grain fields sown at the end of next round. Would be pretty nice. If nobody builds this round, which is looking more and more likely, then I can... what was I going to say? What does that let me do? Take a resource action, take Morning Trader. Something slightly more useful than whatever the heck I'm doing right now. It's probably too late for Good Friend. Did I forget about using Woodsaw at any point? I probably did. There might have been a point where I could have Woodsawed to grow ahead of Kimball. Oh no, Woodsaw needs less family members, not just less rooms. That's a good part of its design, I think. PJ fences 10 with 6 wood and 4 master. I mean, generally great to get your fencing in this early. The timing of it with no animals on board is probably around earlier than needed. Here I can read stone or play an Ock. Or play major minor. No one can build on me. So if I bakehouse here, I can play clay oven first move. Yeah, okay, let's do that. For 2 stone and a food. Grotto buys, I guess, the clay first. I don't need the stone. Not sure if I actually want to bake the grain that when I play clay oven. And another reason PJ's fencing is less effective here is because Teacher is just taking animals ahead of him for Master Stableman. So if I found myself with that much wood, it might just be time to build another room. Oh, PJ cries again. That's generous. I gotta buy clay oven here. Let's bake 1. that doesn't seem wrong. It's just that the grain doesn't matter anymore. Kimball just is gonna plant reed and keep it as reed nursery until he needs it for popcorn. That's neat. Not sure how necessary again, but it's neat. Teacher builds a room before Kimball does. PJ takes the read. It's unexpected. I'll grow here with the bean field because I don't need the threshing board or millstone very badly right now. And Eris is out of the question, so I just take stone. Okay, things feel a little better. I need to get my plows in, I need to take wood, but the feeding is taken care of. I'll have a space to grow it in round 13, I guess. That's pretty late. But it means I can get my farming stuff done now. Teacher playing Muddy Waters because there wasn't enough clay in this game already. Hey Sid, Market Crier really neuters my positional advantage. Well, it was annoying for me to have to defend Oven Bakehouse Oven this badly, but I'm not sure that. I mean, in terms of brain points, I think you might be right. Um, yeah, in terms of brain points, that's true. Kimball had it though, so maybe it only really helps Teacher positionally. I think there was just a lot of food in this game to start with, even with late sheep. Market Crier does inject a ton, but I'm not quite sure that I had that much more food. Yeah, it does help Teacher the most, and he's in the lead. I think that's pretty clear. And probably two boar here. Which might make PJ rush for the two sheep, which means I should rush for the four wood. Yeah, PJ steaming, not optimal for him. Yeah, with Reno coming 5, I could have done some really fun stuff, but it's okay. I do wish I had 5 more wood right now for sure. But I expect this goes 2 pigs, 2 sheep, and I take 4 wood instead of doing veg stuff. I might just rely on Grain Market and be done with Hill Cultivator. The amount of clay in this game, I didn't inject that much. I could also rush Pottery here, though I guess I could do that second move. Now PJ takes the room. Kimball's getting it pretty rough here. I don't need to take the veg. I don't have time for it right now. I might have time for it later. Like, funny enough, I might have time for it in round 13 when I'm growing with Grotto. Yeah, forward's definitely too critical. Kimball takes 6 clay. Gonna go for 2 clay rooms, I guess. And I have to. I don't want to fight for normal growth in round 13. Everyone's been growing at the right time, right? Yeah, this is the 5th growth, 6th, 7th, 8th. Ugh, if Kimball builds 2 clay rooms, then I'm gonna have to fight him in round 13. Please no, Kimball. But if I build pottery, that just makes that action even more likely. PJ gets the sheep second move, so I guess well spotted to do that. Plow is pretty interesting. With pottery not ultra urgent yet. I guess Reedstone for Reno pottery could be even better. Yeah, and there's Kimball taking 3 stone. Reedstone just feels like a really silly action to take in this game. But Popcorn has really reduced the amount of Master Baker Reed in this game. And Reed Nursery, Popcorn Reed Nursery has really reduced the amount of Reed in this game. But Master Baker? Yeah, go for it. I agree that PJ's synergy is not good here. Ugh, gosh. How much stone saving do I need to do? All right, bakery. That's fun. Feel bad that you turned down Trimbar's idea. Oh no, I mean it's a chat box. Don't worry about it. So I think if I can get it, I'll go for a plow. So yeah, the amount of clay in this game really made Bandit good. I'm sad I didn't have enough time to play Good Friend, but I didn't have enough time to play it. Grain Market here seems really nice if I can get the plow in. Excuse me. Oh, Grotto does combo with Animal Tamer's Apprentice. Yes. If I want a pig here and there. It would just be 1 pig and or 1 cow. I don't need to do this right now. Yeah, if Kimball double built, I agree. Kimball does start with the Festival Hall. Yeah, so these grain fields that the grain was given by PJ instead of taking Reed, that's really nice for Kimball. And Bandit goes again. I'm happy I have the pottery here. That seems like the right thing to have done. I could just sow and major minor grain market. It's probably strong enough. Teacher fencing 7. Okay. I don't quite understand why not all. Oh, Ox Team? Was Ox Team around? Or was I. Did I see Ox Team in one of my games that I played while falling asleep on the app last night? Anyway, Ox Team is possible. Or even like one of the plows, one of the many plows that ends up costing 3 total wood. If I take veg normally, it comes with 3 clay. Whoa. Sowing 1 veg. Veg 3 clay is a sad move because I'd rather just trade for it. Next round might be a good morning trading round. I just need to take away the things that I would otherwise need. Which is like maybe football player here. Could I maybe squeeze 2 to 4 points out of football player? I will need Sobek. If Kimball has Meadow... Well, if he had Meadow, he wouldn't be plowing there. Zero wood, always a problem for sure. His first pick was riding plow, and I don't remember something like bamboo. Teacher takes a veg. Bamboo, yeah. But I don't remember that one. I mean, I would have taken bamboo pretty quickly, I think. Man, PJ's crying again. Six more fields. Hmm. 2 wood again, I guess. I don't think I need to... He already used riding once. Right, we knew this. We knew this champion breeder. Looks like it's going to be 5 points. That's pretty nice. Oh, and it's Plowso. Alright, I already talked this over with myself, right? I'm going to veg 3 clay here. Plowing is probably going to be real hot. So yeah, teacher's doing it right now, it looks like. Giving PJ the boars. With stuff like steamer in an oven, you really want to get a ton of grain in the ground. And that's why I sowed 2 grain in stage 1, is that it would, and it did, provide me with plenty of benefits. and a very kind herb garden. Though I'd really like PJ to take growth with the round 13 action, but I don't think he will. So I'm not actually sure how good that is for me. Yeah, that might end up not being good for me. We'll see. I did want the 3 wood, but getting the veg is pretty critical for a free action. That's true, it does let me just start player with my first action. There's a tiny little 8 food spot on fishing. Uh, Teacher can build a room and make me grow with room with my first action. Nobody wanted to see that. PJ, what did you took for? Wood fence. Wood fence Sobake. Whoops. Is probably my line here. Wow, a weekly market. A useful weekly market. Nice. Teacher takes the second cow. That will get champion breeder fully functional. We'll see if PJ fences 3 here. That would be rough. Man, Teacher has been really active on that 3 read. I guess Teacher probably just wants a. Well, he already has a fireplace. I don't know. Fences are so bake. Teacher's more likely to sow right now. This probably sets me up for enough food for the rest of the game. And PJ bakes 2. It doesn't seem great. Yeah, he's probably gonna cry again. The way I see Market Crier best used is probably if you use it once. And you do it in the late game when a couple other players already have a grain source established, and you get it all sown to get, what is that, 5 extra points compared to just sowing 1 grain. So it's basically 2 actions for 5 points that way, and you only throw 1 grain, or maybe 2, that help opponents. This way of playing Market Crier might be, or almost certainly is too nice to all the opponents. Especially the people who thought they were focusing on other things, like Teacher has been building rooms like a madman and getting Stableman, Stockman, Breeder going, but now as a reward for reason other than someone else has Market Crier, he's getting a great source of grain. Do-do-do-do-do. Yep, and here comes the cry. So I guess that's going to be my second vegetable on Grain Market. Yeah, in the end, I was probably hurt most by Market Crier being so aggressively played. I still might wheel Plowso, or Family Growth, rather. Or, what am I talking about? Start player. What is left on my to-do list? Probably... Well, I'll take the sheep if I can. There was the option of playing Animal Tamer's Apprentice end of last round and fencing first action this round. Could have been okay. This is the line where I keep trying to win this game and try instead of trying to accept someone else won and take whatever position I end up getting. Oh, and teacher got the loom. Yeah, because Gimbal took popcorn. And PJ took herb garden, probably? Yeah, Kimbal's going to get locked out of fences. Oh, wants the liquid manure plow, so yeah, probably. Kimball probably has to take 3 wood here and try for 7 fences this round. Yeah, and Market Criers also hurt Kimball quite a bit, just because it means the Fisherman's Apprentice is very lonely. Plow got taken because that's a huge action for teacher. What's left to do? Do I just take an animal? Football player for a point is probably wrong. Do I take the 6 clay because then I don't have to worry about feeding ever again? No, I should take the animal. Do I take the cow that PJ wants or the pig that Kimball wants? Probably the cow. I can take like veg and 3 clay next round. And then G to V market. Yeah, and in that respect, that's a really solid room. That the room to tactically get start player. Though if I was paying closer attention, I could have figured that out probably and floated growth and taken something else. Oh, I'm a read short of renovating. Who is renovating? Kimball and PJ? PJ wants to twice. Yeah, that's true. There wasn't a great option. Oh, that's hilarious. Glutton makes the picture a bit clearer of what happened this game. But yeah, if you're crying 4 or 5 times, you gotta get some of that into the ground very early. This is just not efficient enough. Kimball is probably forced to fence here, even though he'd like to reno. Oh, takes 2 wood. It's only worth a point for now, but if he can manage to get more wood, then it's going to be fine. Iron Oven, I don't remember that. I think Kimball's just playing high risk. I think it's pretty clear to me and Kimball that Teacher's going to win. So um, at this point, it's either risk it or accept defeat. Oh, PJ? Who knows? I mean, I bet there's a reason. It's just harder to tell. Master Baker, Glutton, with Baking Tray Steamer and Market Crier means that it's really hard to guess what's happening. Teacher hits fishing. Which PJ was probably hoping for. That's 3 1/3 points of food on the fishing spot with a glutton. Pilgrim to get 3 net food. Sure, Kimball can probably use it. Excuse me. Kimball got a 10th wood. Oh, with Festival Hall. Oh, yeah, a different Ock is probably better. Convict. Yeah, that's for 4 points. That's way better. So we get the clear plow sow from teacher. I think it's pretty clear at this point. Kimball has a fair bit of points, but maybe I'm overestimating myself here in comparing my game to his. Oh, he's talking to PJ. I think they were sown at different times. Okay, so the two pigs can wheel more likely than the growth. Yeah, I think PJ's fields are correct. Yeah, teacher gets this plow. Politician, yes. Politician would be a fun card here. Anytime a game gets really inflated on stone or reed, or really deflated in one of them, Politician's like one of the best cards you could ever have. Yeah, this is going to end up being a runaway for teacher just because he ended up doing the things that nobody else was competing for at the right times. Yeah, more like a 5 point gift, right? 5 points and 2 food. All of teacher's grains are from PJ. Big ouch. He's gonna cry again. So, I mean, what do I have to do? I don't have much to do. I have 2 actions. I'm not going to be able to reno. Take 8 clay and build an improvement. Claypath is in game, that's correct. Football player's a point, very true. I am going to be a tiny bit short on food. Oh, Kimball took a grain, I see. Yeah, that's a good point. Growth Claypath is going to be a very nice last move. Should have eaten the clay, I guess. Veg is a 3-food move. 3-food and a point, and then I could football player. Or 2-food and a point. Then I football player. Can't really think of other things to do. A sheep is a point also. Would be better than football player. Yeah, 3-food and a point. I eat the clay, I eat the crop, and I get a point for pottery. Yeah. And then I take a sheep next action if it's there, which is better than football player. So I think I'll end up with around 42. I have all my animals. I have 3 empty spaces. I have all my people. My house is clay. And I have about 10 improvement points, maybe 12. Well, I guess 10 in just pottery bakehouse, 13, 14 improvement points. It's not terrible. Kimball does grab the sheep, so I'm stuck with football player. I have enough food for that, right? Am I exactly on the wrong food? I am exactly on the wrong food. That's too bad. And I don't really want to block Kimball on anything. I guess he's renoing anyway. Really doesn't matter. Yep, no, it doesn't matter. Reedstone is a point? I might be missing how. No, I have exactly 9. Oh yeah, no worries. Easy confusion to make. Oh, I got a food from blacksmith. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, I could have played a knock. Oh well. 46. Yeah, I had a lot of improvement points. So I guess it could have been 47. Kimball, his game looks so much better with a tiny bit more advantage. I guess I shouldn't have said it so quick. Yeah, 48 for Kimball. Yeah, so I think I don't know. Out of the draft, I don't think Teacher had the best hand out of the draft. It might have been me or Kimball, but that Market Crier really changed the texture of the game a lot. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope it was a fun one to follow. And I'll be back tomorrow for another video. See if is anyone else streaming Agricola right now? It doesn't look like it. All right, so that'll be it for me. Thanks all for watching, and take care.